After his victory over Maldrak and his coronation as king, Chaol's reign was marked by efforts to rebuild Eldoria and forge a future of unity and peace. Yet, amidst the responsibilities of leadership, a new chapter of his life was about to unfold, a chapter that would deepen his understanding of compassion, love, and sacrifice. One day, as Chaol was riding through the verdant outskirts of the kingdom, he came upon a small village nestled near a crystal-clear lake. The villagers whispered about a healer named Lyra, a woman renowned for her gentle spirit and mastery of ancient herbal magic. She was said to possess a rare kind of wisdom that could soothe even the most troubled soul. Chaol, ever curious and respectful of those who dedicated their lives to healing others, decided to visit her. He arrived at her humble cottage at dawn, where the air was thick with the scent of blooming jasmine and wild herbs. Lyra was tending to a garden of medicinal plants, her hands moving deftly among the greenery. When she looked up and saw the tall, rugged hunter-turned-king, she sensed both strength and kindness in his eyes. Chaol explained his visit, seeking her counsel on healing the wounds, both physical and emotional, that the recent battles and hardships had left upon his people. Lyra welcomed him with a warm smile. Over the days that followed, Chaol found himself drawn to her serenity and compassion. She was a healer not just of bodies, but of spirits, and her gentle words offered him comfort amid the weight of his responsibilities. She showed him how to listen more deeply to his people's needs, teaching him that true leadership involved empathy and understanding. As their friendship grew, Chaol often found himself returning to her village, seeking her wisdom and companionship. They spent long evenings by the lake, sharing stories beneath the stars, her voice soft and soothing, his voice steady and earnest. Together, they explored the forests, the mountains, and the quiet beauty of Eldoria, discovering that their strengths complemented each other perfectly. Lyra had a quiet strength of her own, rooted in her unwavering dedication to helping others. She believed that true power lay in kindness, patience, and humility, values that resonated deeply with Chaol's own beliefs. Her presence reminded him that even in times of victory, true greatness was measured by compassion and the ability to love selflessly. Their bond deepened, and it was clear to all that they cared for each other profoundly. Yet, Chaol was humble and knew that his duty as king must come first. Still, he promised himself that one day, when his people were secure and his kingdom at peace, he would ask her to walk beside him not just as a healer, but as his partner for life. Years passed, and under Chaol's wise leadership, Eldoria thrived. The land healed from scars of war, and the people flourished in harmony with nature. Chaol's legend grew not only as a hero who had defeated darkness but also as a ruler who ruled with love and humility. And through it all, Lyra remained by his side, her gentle presence a guiding light in his life. Eventually, Chaol summoned his courage and, on a day when the sun bathed Eldoria in golden light, he rode to her village. There, amidst the blooming flowers and whispering leaves, he knelt before her and asked her to be his queen not just in title, but in life. Lyra's eyes sparkled with tears of joy as she accepted. Their union symbolized the harmony of strength and compassion, of bravery and kindness. Together, they ruled Eldoria, inspiring generations to come that true leadership was rooted in humility, love, and unwavering dedication to the well-being of others. And so, the story of Chaol and Lyra became a timeless legend, a tale of a hard-working hunter who became a king, and the healer whose gentle spirit helped him see that the greatest power of all was love. As Chaol and Lyra's union was celebrated across Eldoria, their combined strength and compassion became a beacon of hope for all the kingdoms nearby. But peace, as they soon learned, was a fragile thing. Shadows from the past and new threats began to stir in the distant horizons, testing the resilience of their bond and the unity of their land. One such threat arose from a rival kingdom, jealous of Eldoria's prosperity and fearful of Chaol's growing influence. A neighboring ruler, a cunning and ruthless woman named Queen Morvana, sought to seize Eldoria's fertile lands and precious resources. She amassed an army of mercenaries and dark sorcerers, her ambition fueled by greed and envy. Chaol, now a wise and seasoned king, knew that diplomacy alone would not suffice. He turned to Lyra for counsel, and together, they devised a plan that combined strategy, magic, and the strength of their united people. Lyra's healing magic was vital, as she prepared elixirs and charms to bolster their soldiers' courage and resilience. The first battle with Queen Morvanna's forces was fierce. Chaol led his warriors into the thick of the fighting, his skill with the bow and his unwavering resolve inspiring his troops. Lyra stood at the front lines, casting protective wards and healing those wounded in the chaos. Despite the overwhelming odds, their combined efforts turned the tide of battle, and Eldoria's forces pushed back the invaders. Yet, the threat was not fully vanquished. Queen Morvanna retreated, vowing revenge and gathering her strength for another assault. Chaol and Lyra knew they must prepare for the long fight ahead. They fortified their defenses, strengthened alliances with neighboring tribes, and continued to nurture the land so it would remain resilient against future threats. During this period of hardship, Chaol's leadership was tested in new ways. He opened dialogue with dissenters within his own kingdom, listening to their concerns and fears, and working tirelessly to unify his people. Lyra, meanwhile, traveled across Eldoria, healing not only bodies but also mending fractured relationships and inspiring hope among those disillusioned by war. Meanwhile, their love grew deeper, rooted in shared trials and mutual respect. They often found solace in quiet moments, walking through moonlit forests, sitting by the lake where they first met, or simply sharing stories of their childhoods.